Sen her şeysin, yerimi canına katabilirsin. Çağırsam senden, beni şu ateşe atabilirsin.
Gerçekten
Yes,
muhteşem bir
this
sürprizle
has been a
karşılaşıyoruz.
magnificent surprise.
Bu gayreti, bu
And
çalışmayı
I would
ortaya
like to
koyan
thank everyone who put in the effort to put this event together. The chairperson of our network here in Istanbul, everyone who worked tirelessly to make this event possible. I would like to greet you all on this significant occasion, on this evening of 12th of September. I greet you all with my deepest regards, and I also would like to say welcome to the newcomers into the AK Party family. And I also would like to, on behalf of my friends and my ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say welcome to each and every one of you. Yes, this evening, as we march into the future decisively, here we are, and I am very pleased to be with you here this evening. And actually, this event to inaugurate 100,000 new members was supposed to take place with the participation of 100,000 new members, but because of the conditions required by the pandemic, here we are with a limited number of participants, but our main goal was to hold this event in one of the largest stadiums here in Istanbul. But unfortunately, due to the pandemic, this was not possible. But the impediment of the pandemic will not bring us to a halt, bring our march to a halt. Here we are on this occasion with this enthusiastic audience. Here we are, and we continue to march on our path. As long as our hearts beat together, physical distances do not mean a lot. We would like to thank the chairperson of the Istanbul network for bringing us together. May God make our togetherness eternal, and that is my prayer on this occasion. Since the very inception of our network here in Istanbul, I would like to thank everyone who worked for what we accomplished, and I would like to extend my gratitude to them. Some of these friends have left us, and I would like to offer my condolences to their families and commemorate them. Here we are inaugurating 100,000 new members, and actually the figure is higher than 100,000, and I would like to say welcome to the newcomers into the large AK Party family. And those who worked really hard to acquire these new members, I would like to thank them all as well. The number of our members is on the up. Our extended family is growing bigger and bigger, and I see today that we have accomplished our goal. Of course, we need to adhere to the restrictions imposed by COVID-19, but that has resulted in us finding new methods, because everything is getting more and more digitalized, and of course, politics could not be an exception to that. That's why we made it possible for members to lodge their applications online through the internet, and 11,000 pre-applications, as was mentioned previously, was logged on the website that we created for this occasion. Our citizens who lodged their applications on the website were visited in their homes and their registrations were made final. We created this mobilization to increase the number of our members, and I believe that this brought a new dynamism and a new level of excitement and a breath of fresh air to our ranks. Face-to-face communication and get-togethers are getting more and more difficult all across the world, but our network here in Istanbul achieved this even despite these challenging conditions. And in the upcoming period, we will continue to be careful about wearing a mask, social distancing and cleanliness and hygiene, and we will continue to increase the number of our members by adhering to these rules. Thankfully, today, AK Party has more than 10.5 million members, not just in Turkey, but all across the world. We are one of the few political movements. We embrace the diversity of our country, different colors that are prevalent in our country, and as such, we are the largest extended family in Turkey. We don't judge ourselves by the number of our members only, but by the capacity of our representation, and by far we rank the first in Turkey in this regard. For AK Party to be strong and to remain strong, we need to work together. That is important for the unity of our country and for the perpetuity of our state. The larger this movement is, the better Turkish democracy, the stronger Turkish democracy will be. This movement, the stronger this movement is, the more developed Turkey will be and the faster Turkey will develop. The wider the audience we reach out to as AK Party, the stronger will our fraternity as Turkey will be. We need to bring in youngsters into our ranks, and if we can do that, the brighter the future of Turkey will be. As we increase the number of our new members, as we register new members, we should not forget that we're not strengthening our party, but our country as well. We should not lock ourselves into a box. We should always try to reach out. We should always try to embrace everyone and increase our influence. Those who worked for our party, all our comrades, we should strengthen our ties with them. If we do it from the heart, then we shall prosper and we shall win over people's hearts. Someone called me grandfather Tayyip, so I should just respond, welcome my grandchild. Every single one of our 83 million citizens, we need to embrace them with new names, with new faces, with new modalities of rendering services. We should always try to include everyone and not exclude anyone. We should not break people's hearts. We should, and if we have broken people's hearts, we should mend it and we should continue on our path. I have indicated before, and taking this opportunity, I would like to underscore it once again. AK Party is the party of the nation, is the party of the 83 million people living in Turkey. This party was inaugurated by the public, by the nation, and this party was kept in power for the last 18 years by the nation. This party came out of the bosom of this nation, and we should not otherize others due to their ideas, due to their ways of life, due to their faith. We should never look down on people. We should never ever exclude people. We should always set our priorities straight. And if people are caring about Turkey, caring about the prosperity and the welfare of our nation, we should always extend a hand out to them. And because of that, thankfully, we are strong. Under the roof of AK Party, obviously, we will welcome anyone who puts distance between themselves and terrorism. There is room for all sorts of thought within AK Party, as long as people refrain from defamation. We are ready to hear criticism. We are in pursuit of truth. We do not support banning of ideas and freedom of thought. We believe that we can always benefit from clash of ideas. Up until today, we have adopted this view. We have always been open to new ideas, and hopefully in the future, this is how we are going to continue our journey. Right now, we are working for the 7th Congress, our 7th Congress, and we are going to benefit from that opportunity as well. Every time we organize a Congress, we actually have an opportunity to take a look at ourselves and improve our weaknesses. Due to the pandemic, we were only able to hold our congresses with the participation of our registered administrators, but we will, of course, adhere to the rules of protection against the pandemic, but we do our best to reach out to our citizens, to hear them out, and do our best to win over their hearts as well. And inshallah, at the end of this process, AK Party will have achieved a lot and will continue on its path ever stronger than before. And we know, and you also see, that as Turkey, we are engaged in battles on many different fronts, not just in Turkey, but across the borders as well. Not just within our own boundaries, but from Iraq to Syria, from the Mediterranean to the Aegean, we are active on a wide range of locations, and we deal with different phases of imperialism. 1 century ago, those who occupied Anatolia are facing us today in Libya and in Eastern Mediterranean. In terms of intentions and in terms of motives, I do not believe that there's a difference between our occupiers and who we see in these territories today. At the time, some people applauded the occupiers, and today, under different pretexts, there are those who try to undermine our efforts, and there are those who brandish the sword of our enemies. At the time when Anatolia was occupied, certain people sided with the West, and today as well there are those who do the same. Just like 1 century ago, they will always be confronted by the Turkish nation, who will not bat an eyelid to put their lives on the line for the survival of our state. Our motto is either independence or death. And people like Şerife Bacı and Sütçü İmam and Nene Hatun, Antepli Şahin Bey, these people are still within us, among us, the same people who defeated the occupiers 1 century ago. The Gezi incidents initiated a process followed by 17th and 25th of December operations that culminated in the 15th of July coup attempt. All of these incidents actually had one goal, that is to overturn our victory that we accomplished 1 century ago. They are trying to impede us with terrorism, with pressure, with economic tactics. Their objective is to get us to renege from our standing. S&P needs to take a look at itself. You cannot change Turkey through economic sanctions. You did this before. Did you achieve a result? No. And you will not achieve a result in the future either. We're not a member of yours anyway, and we do not pay you. Do you want money? We do not have a cent to spare for you. And of course, there are other people, other organizations, and they are trying to teach a lesson, an economic lesson, but they will be bitterly disappointed. Their problem is not with AK Parti or Tayyip Erdoğan. Their problem is with our nation itself. From our homeland to our state, they have a problem, and they are targeting Turkey via Recep Tayyip Erdoğan, and they're doing whatever they can to help to get us to kneel down. The opposition does not want to see this, but everyone in Turkey actually acknowledges this fact. The struggle, our struggle, is not a struggle for Recep Tayyip Erdoğan. It is a struggle for the future of our country. Everyone with a conscience can actually see this and attest to this. What does he say? He says that their problem is not with the Turkish nation, but it is with Erdoğan, that Erdoğan needs to be toppled down. Mr. Macron, your time is almost up. You are about to leave office. First of all, a couple of years ago, let me remind you what I said during a telephone conversation. I told you that you do not know about history, that you would do well to study history first, and do not preach us about history, because we know what you did in Algeria. 1 million Algerian people were killed by you. 800,000 Rwandan people were killed by you. We know what you did in Libya. Hundreds of thousands of Libyan people were killed by you. So do not try and preach to us about humanity. We are the descendants of the Ottoman Empire. When we went into these territories, we brought peace. We brought humanity. And this is the first thing that you should learn. But this is something that he cannot stomach. That's why they are going crazy. On behalf of AK Parti, they're trying to weaken 83 million people. This sense of unity and togetherness and fraternity, and the entire country now acknowledges this. Despite media and political engineering, AK Parti is still by far the strongest party in Turkey, and the reason for that is the wisdom of our nation. In the last 18 years, many orchestrations were instigated against us, but because of the wisdom of the people of Anatolia, their efforts were proved useless. What do they want now? Barbaros, our vessel is in the Eastern Mediterranean. We are carrying out seismic research and drilling activities, and if Turkey finds oil, if Turkey finds natural gas, then they would be in dire straits. But they can also do the same. They can also work towards that. Currently, all we're doing is working towards our goal. And thankfully, we have 2 seismic research vessels, 3 drilling vessels, and with these, we work day and night. And we will continue to work day and night tirelessly. And may God grant us the fruits of these efforts. In our hour of need, our nation put its life on the line for us, not because I am who I am, but because I love this country dearly. As AK Party defends Turkey, as we support the ideal for a stronger Turkey, I believe that our nation will continue to support us. Where we are today, the destiny of AK Party and the destiny of our country have overlapped. As long as there is Turkey, as long as Turkey is strong, as long as Turkey is moving towards its goals, it means that AK Party is doing a good job. Even if we incur the slightest of harm, then the responsibility is on our shoulders, collectively. Dear brothers and sisters, let us not forget, as long as there is Turkey, we will exist. As long as the Turkish nation is strong, we shall also be strong. If Turkey gets closer to its goals, then it means that we are doing a good job. Those who hate our nation, those who hate our country, if they are targeting us, then it means that we are on the right track. If our nation, if the Ummah pray for us, then it means that we are on the right track. If we are the hope of the downtrodden, the oppressed, and if we are always in line with justice, then it means that we are on the right track. We would never, ever steer away from this goal. As AK Party, that's how we have worked in the last 19 years, and we have found a place of pride in the hearts of our citizens, and that's how we have triumphed all the difficult challenges that were thrown in our way. Today, tomorrow, whatever we do, whatever battle we are engaged in, again, we will do this in harmony, in unison with our nation. And God willing, we will never ever steer away from this holy path of serving our country and serving our nation. Dear brothers and sisters, we are going through difficult times, but also promising times. If we take the necessary steps, a new era will emerge in our front. We march with our martyrs. May Allah make sure that our martyrs' memories are commemorated and that we do not steer away from this path, from our holy march. Yes, we have seen coups, crises, anti-democratic interventions, and we have lost many a year, but we need to compensate for those years, and we are going to bring Turkey to the first league in all different walks of life. But if we take the wrong steps, then the price will not be paid just by us, by our party, but by millions of people, brothers and sisters, that believe in us. We are at a turning point in our history, but I believe in you, and I also expect you to fulfill very important responsibilities. You should all be conscious of the responsibility that you have on your shoulders, and I have no doubt that you will believe in the importance of this task. I believe in you. May Allah help us. As I conclude my remarks with these sentiments, I hope that this is going to be an auspicious occasion, and may Allah help you prosper on this path, in this endeavor. We know, all of us, we know how important Istanbul is. So let us join forces. Let us work more. But first of all, in 2023 and then in 2024, let us make sure that we break a record in terms of the popular vote here in Istanbul. Inshallah, we are going to achieve the same result all across Turkey, not just in Istanbul. Once again, I would like to say welcome to all our friends who have joined our ranks. Welcome to our extended family. And I would like to thank our team here in Istanbul for their tireless efforts. I'd like to thank the youth branch and the women's branch as well for their hard work. And I'd like to thank you very much for your attention.
Genel Başkanımız, Cumhurbaşkanımız Sayın Recep Tayyip Erdoğan'a hitaplarından dolayı teşekkürlerimizi ve saygılarımızı arz ediyoruz. Efendim şimdi de Zaltı Devletleri'ni tensip buyurursanız bir müddet daha hediye takdimi için sahnede misafir etmek istiyoruz. Şimdi de günün anısına AK Parti İstanbul İl Başkanımız Sayın Bayram Şenocak, Cumhurbaşkanımız Sayın Recep Tayyip Erdoğan hediyelerini arz edecekler.
Önce şöyle bir ben 100 bininci
100,000th member. I would like to meet them. You talked about 106,000, but if possible,